For me personally, I think my brother too, we've talked about it. It's so important to be believed. I don't know what the legal result is. Those things are kind of out of our hands. We're obviously extremely hopeful. Our families are very hopeful. Our whole family supports us almost uniformly, which has really just been a blessing and amazing forgiveness there, understanding. Just being believed is so important. I've communicated with just tens of thousands of victims over the years. The need to be recognized and believed for what happened to you is really powerful to healing. And so to go through a trial where, there's a whole prosecutor's office trying to tell the public, oh, this is not true, don't believe it. It's such a horrifying thing in itself. It's very debilitating, something I've struggled with over the last few decades. And then suddenly another victim comes forward, and now it's like, it's very hard now for someone to say they don't believe it. I don't know how you say it now. We're very hopeful. And I have a 91-year-old aunt who's my mother's sister, and she desperately wants to see something happen before something happens to her. And so we're just all very hopeful and anxious. I've been fortunate that because there's been so much coverage of the trial and the evidence in the trial, my huge extended family can see for themselves what happened. And so they don't have to come to prison and hear it directly from me. They can evaluate it themselves. They can watch court TV. A lot of them have. The entire trial is on court TV's websites. You can just watch my whole testimony itself. And so they have just sort of come to the conclusion that it should have been a manslaughter case. So they support us tremendously. They support some sort of resentencing in this case. It's amazing and very rare.
Also, what's very rare is that you had no incidents of before that evening in 89, and you have had none since.
That's another reason my family just couldn't believe that we were even possibly involved in this at first, because it's just, look, there's no in our history, there's no in the 30 years in prison since. This is really just a horrific circumstance. I realize now, anybody's capable of things that shock you if the circumstances is horrifying enough, especially if you're young and you don't have the life experience to deal with it.